So it's really important to gather as many financial documents as you can before divorce. So every financial account that you have, investment accounts, 401ks, any information you might have on a pension, IRAs, life insurance, every financial account that you have, any information that you can gather on those documents, get those documents for your lawyer. That will help you save money in divorce. It will help your lawyer put together a package of a good picture of your financial situation. Along with all those documents, it would be really helpful for you to have copies of the deed to your house, any mortgage information that you have about your mortgage and the debt that may be associated with your house. You also need to make sure that you account for any debts that you and your spouse may have. So again, credit cards, student loans, personal loans, anything that would show up as a debt on your credit report, we need to have copies of those documents if you have them. So in Texas, we have a financial information statement that is one of the things that you're going to need to prepare in order to obtain temporary child support, temporary spousal support. That information justifies what you're going to ask the court for in order to support your lifestyle. So it's really a budget. It's really, what does your family spend every month on living? What does it cost to rent your house or pay your mortgage? What does it cost for insurance? What does it cost for supporting your car, gas, insurance, maintenance? How much does it cost for your extracurricular activities? All of the things that you spend every month for your family to support yourself, your spouse, your kids, all of those things go into a financial information statement. Like I said, it's a budget. What do you spend? And we put that together, and that is then justification for asking a court to give you that amount of money to support yourself during the divorce. So you may be in a situation where your spouse may be fighting you for primary custody of your children. And at the beginning of your divorce, you're going to have a determination, either by agreement or by the court, as to who's going to have primary custody of your children while the divorce is going on. It may not be the final answer, but at least it's going to set the status of how things are going to go during the divorce. If you are fighting with your spouse about who that primary person is going to be, who the kids are going to live with primarily, then you need to prepare for that. You need to establish why you are the parent that the court should determine should be the one that the kids live with. And the preparation for that involves listing out so that you can talk to the court about all of the things that you do that make you the primary parent. Who is the parent that takes the kids to their doctor's appointments? Who is the parent that puts the kids to bed at night? Who is the parent that takes care of their day-to-day needs? Who's the primary parent? Now, in some households, maybe that's both parents. Maybe there really is a pretty equal arrangement where both mom and dad are really doing a lot of that legwork and really sharing the load. But often in most families, one parent is the primary parent. One parent is the parent who's taking care of all of the things that would make them the primary parent for the children. And that is generally who the court is going to award primary temporary custody of the children to. Choosing the right attorney for your divorce can be somewhat daunting. Finding an attorney that is really listening to you, is supportive of your needs, is a good communicator, and has a good team around them to help support you through the process is really key. Many people think that finding the biggest shark in town is the way that they need to go. Maybe for some people, if that's the goals that you have, is to fight and fight and fight and spend all of your money, maybe a shark is the right attorney for you. But I think most people really want to find an attorney that listens to them. They want to find an attorney that is going to help them reach their goals. And again, if your goal is to fight then a shark is a good attorney for you. But really, most attorneys are not that type of attorney. Most attorneys are the ones that want to help you get to where you need to be. In your divorce, some realistic goals that you can obtain are a reasonable, equitable division of your assets. I think a lot of people go into divorce thinking, well, I'm going to take them for everything and I'm going to get the majority of the assets. That's usually not going to be reasonable unless there's some really bad behavior going on. For most people, it's a situation where we need to equitably divide the assets from the marriage. And in Texas, we call that a just and right division. So that's kind of loosey-goosey. It doesn't mean that you're going to get exactly 50%, or that there's going to be any exact percentage, but it's going to be fair. It should be fair. That doesn't mean that you take everything and split it down the middle, that you cut up the house and split every account 50% down the middle, but we look at the big picture. We look at the entire, what we like to call the community pot of all of the assets, and then equalize that. So somebody may get the house, somebody may get the retirement. We may divide up the retirement in a percentage that equalizes the division so that we have, a fair representation. Other things that are reasonable to expect in divorce is to have a visitation schedule that provides both parents with equal access to the kids. And I shouldn't say equal. It's not always equal, but both parents should have a reasonable amount of access to their children. In Texas, the standard possession order is not exactly 50%. It's honestly very difficult to make it a true 50-50 kind of division on possession and access, on visitation with your children. But as long as you are having reasonable access to your children, you get to spend time with them, you get to go to their events, that is a reasonable outcome with regard to custody in your divorce situation. If you're looking to get a divorce at the DeFord Law Firm, we can help you with that. We can help you get through the process and come out better on the other end. And if you have any questions, please contact us.